throw variations off the slope for us to feel a little bit more athletic on the slope. If you just see me talking to myself, it's completely normal. I just didn't want you to think I was like talking to you with my back turned. Okay, throw variations.
Ground ball to third, Muncie with another chance. This time he starts a double play.
He's off the bat.
Wave is on to third. De La Cruz fire to the plate. Oh, it's there. The tag.
A lot of the times when we get so fixated on the slope and perfecting our mechanics, we start moving a little bit more in cement and we get very unathletic, and then therefore our timing, our tempo, our natural athleticism dissipate. So the idea is to have that nice, natural, athletic, powerful throw within our actual throwing mechanics off the slope. So progressing into a bullpen or progressing into a game, here's some throw variations that I'll do just to create that feel, just to create that rhythm. First one, very simple, literally fake field to ground ball, funnel, and go. You want to increase the tempo as you get going. Obviously, your first few throws, kind of just feeling it out, right? Feeling the rhythm, feeling the ride. And then as you get progressing into your warm-up, then you're going to want to start increasing the tempo. Try to think of it like you're time sensitive, meaning you have to get rid of the ball in a certain amount of time. So if like there's a fast runner, you're playing shortstop, you field the ground ball. Slow runner, you got 5-6 seconds to field it, take your time, throw it. Fast runner, you probably have, 4 seconds? So the time sensitivity of that's going to invoke a different organization of your movements, right? So first few, you have a lot of time. Glove taps, create a little rhythmic movement. So we were probably at 5-6 second time there. Let's move it down to about 4 to 5 seconds, all right? Now the difference becomes that little stutter step, right? You're not gonna have that stutter step, so then you're gonna have to preset and shift your feet. And the goal is to essentially pick out a spot that you can attempt to consistently hit. So I'm shooting for like the radar gun board. Now, the further your throws get away from that spot, the more mechanically you're a little inefficient. It's a good protocol to put into place to see which time-sensitive throws you're most efficient in. Most guys will probably need a little bit more time, but there's some guys that do really well in that time-sensitive manner. They get out of their head, right? Get out of their head and they just throw it to complete the task. And then we can progress from that, progress into a catcher throw. I'm a big advocate for switching your glove. If you're a pitcher and you throw with a pitching glove, you're probably going to move like a pitcher. Now, if you have an infielder's glove or a catcher's glove, movements will change. It's crazy how much you can manipulate your brain just by the stimulus of the glove, right? So now I'll progress. We just did a ground ball funnel in a time-sensitive window. Now we'll do catcher throw down, same thing. I'm going to start in a crowd. First, you're going to have a little bit of time, and then you just progress into not having as much time. Slow runner. Same thing, shooting for the velo board. The more throws you get, quicker the tempo comes. Slowly start speeding it up. Now it's going to come down to having very limited time. So these got to organize, the feet and the hands got to match up, and they got to organize to get into your leverage position in a time-sensitive manner. And obviously that increase in tempo, the demand for being quicker through space now is going to influence the velocity. So it's not necessarily I'm throwing harder, I'm thinking about throwing it harder, I'm just moving through space quicker. See, that was like too quick. Too quick, I shanked it. Pretty money right there. So now the GBs, catcher throws done. Now we'll start inching our way closer to the mound, and we'll still use some feet, hand throw variations. So first one, I just call it a little feet tempo. So the feet go, get out of the cement, stick into the drive, and go. So once you stick, hands separate, travel through as much space as you need. Let the slope give you the acceleration using gravity, and get going. Same thing here, start a little bit slower tempo, and then gradually increase the tempo. You'll gradually increase the power output. Keep the same target in mind. So now I'm into the 9 pocket. I'm at the top rail of the 9 pocket. I usually do something with my hands where as soon as I start my feet chops, I usually will get into like a little bit of a hand cross, just to feel that rhythm of when I stomp into the drive, I pull my hand back like a pinball. So then my lead foot will go out as my glove side goes out and extends. So you create this really nice rhythmic pendulum move. Boom, stick, separate, create, stretch, go. Again, we're not really focused too much on mechanics right now. We're just letting the rhythm take us into the powerful posture we're looking for, right? So in this particular one, when we slam that drive foot down, we're looking to load it. As soon as we load it, go out and get it. And I'll be the first one to admit that it's absolutely exhausting. The chops of your feet, they don't have to be aggressively up. Literally, you can just go here like this, just to create that rhythm with your feet and your hands. The more that we can start our movements pre-throw with rhythm, the more that we're gonna have that consistency and timing when we anchor down. I just really believe that our brains just crave rhythm. Sometimes as pitchers, we get in a habit of giving giving our brains too much articulation, too much to think about, and then therefore we limit the amount of rhythm, we limit the amount of tempo and athleticism that we can have, and that's why we get jacked up, in our throw. So here, cross the hands. And then if you do it right, you get a PFP opportunity. So now we'll have that same progression with the feet, but now we're just going to add a little catch to throw. Catch to throw adds a different element to this because now it's more about catching it. You have the impulse of catching it, pulling, and just finding that leverage position and then launching from there. But now this is going to piece together some of these moving parts because the feet are moving and then catch. Again, the whole point of this is actually like to challenge the entire athletic system, deviate away from the actual task of like leg lifting and go, right? This is just to create a environment that your body can be in rhythmic flow.
No step on his heels. No momentum towards first base and throws a missile.
So here we're moving our feet, getting the feet out of cement so they can work freely, and then we're just adding a little catch to throw. And I'm throwing it to the top rail, that 9 pocket. And you can see almost every one of the throws that I've had has been fairly consistent with that top rail. Aside from that one, that's bottom of the zone. But then sometimes when you bounce the ball goes into a different direction, right? And it's not something that we have to go, oh, frick, and shut it down. Like, no, dude, that's the whole point, right? You're building athletic foundation. Catch it, everything stays the same, right? Everything stays the same just because the hand has to travel to a different spot to catch the ball doesn't mean our limbs have to disconnect. That's kind of the whole point of this athletic variation throwing. All right, next progression. We had the feet tempo going kind of more north-south with a pickup and go. Now we're going to challenge the change of direction, right? We're going to add direction going to the opposite of our target. So I'm going to go like say a shortstop in the 6-hole, fielding the ground ball, backhand, and then go. First few throws, ball in glove, boom, I field the backhand, shuffle, throw. Same thing, top rail of the 9 pocket's the goal, but maybe spend 2 to 3 getting that backhand, feeling that drive leg load up, get that shuffle, funnel, boom. You can funnel to your chest, funnel to the ear, whatever feels most comfortable. Spend 2 to 3 with the shuffle after, and then your next 4, 5, 6 is going to be just field it right into the load, throw. Ball in the glove, ground ball, change of direction. Now let's get right into the backhand. Boom, I'm going to be right parallel to the rubber. Boom, feel the backhand. You're limited for how much time you have to throw it, so you got to work on being quick and allowing your load to give you the time you need for this to get into the leverage spot. And these ones going to be a little bit slower, right, because you're going in the opposite direction. Boom, top rail. Now we're going to amplify the tempo, amplify the initial movements of the hands and the feet, going back to that feet rhythm. Now this time, it's like a sprint, maybe a 4-pump sprint in place. Boom, right into your throw. Here. You're going to notice the velocity is going to go up. Big point of emphasis when you're doing the high tempo sprint in place to throw, maintain your direction, right? Don't let the tempo throw you off. That's why stability and the core stability, the glove side, all these things are so important, dude, because if you just start moving through space as fastly as you can without any clear intentions on where you're expressing your energy, you're going to want to fall off. PFP. Last one, wind up, K-burger, middle. Middle down. I just threw a whole bucket in frickin' 10 minutes. Gosh, I am sweaty. All right, let's get into some mound throws now. See what a 2-seamer does today. 5-volt. Fingers are real tight right now. We'll work through it. That's horrendous. Five curveballs. Get you a water bag, kid. He swung. Watch your shin. The old curveball, freaking Kershaw curveball. Home plate feels about freaking 100 feet away right now. Oh, that's a tater. I'm freaking done.